Hi guys, hope you're well. You probably all know at this point that a friend of mine, Mark Potter, a very good friend of mine, the fighter, the boxer, the great white shark, is not well with cancer, but he's fighting it all the way, and it's a fight we know that Mark can win. Now, his very good friend of many, many years, Noel Turney, has organised a fundraising event for Mark to raise funds to help him in this fight and also to look after his family. And that's going on Friday, June the 10th at York Hall in Bethnal Green. So if you want to get a ticket, you can get them from Noel at Club KO. I'm going to put the link down below under this video, and do support Mark Potter because he needs all the help he can to support his family and to get him through this crisis. So what we thought we'd do is show some of Mark's fights. This will cheer him up to see the man in action in his heyday, and these are some IBA fights, and also when he fought Butterbean. There's an interview with him, and we wish Mark absolutely the best of luck because he's a great guy. And get down there to York Hall, get them tickets, support that man because he's well worth supporting. Mark Potter, you can do this.
And now it's time to look at one of the biggest legends in the IBA, Mark the Great White Shark Potter. Me and Mark go back a long, long way, from him finishing his amateur career to going professional, from professional coming on to the IBA. So let's have a look at Mark the Great White Shark in action.
So here we go, Mark Potter, the Great White Shark, up against Ian Toby from the northeast. And this is the second round of this fight. Well, we've just seen Dominic Negus take out Ian Toby in the third round, midway through the third round. So can Mark Potter go one better here tonight? Big swings coming in from Mark Potter. Checking out his opponent, and Ian Toby's done quite well so far. He's been on the attack. He's had a go at Mark Potter. Not that it's bothered Mark Potter particularly. Mark Potter just sort of checking him out, seeing where he can go with it. Not really bothered by the power of Ian Toby. However game he is, you know that Mark Potter is just looking for that opening to unleash one of those big bombs there. Combination from Mark Potter, looking very fit tonight. He's a very fit fighter. We all know how he really goes at it in training, and so it's always a super sharp fit Mark Potter that you're going to see in the ring, the Great White Shark. Big crowd favourite here at the Circus Tavern. So far, Ian Toby doing very well, slightly smaller than Mark Potter. Mark Potter bobbing and weaving there, trying to just poke out that left jab, see if it can connect to the face of Ian Toby, but he hasn't landed a big shot on him yet. Oh yeah, good body shot that one, and following it up with the right hand. Potter stalking him at the moment, the taller man moving around, but Ian Toby's having a go here today, and the crowd really appreciate that because they like their fighters to have a go here at the Circus Tavern. Mark Potter, big attack. This is the first time, big shots coming in on Ian Toby, and then moving back a little bit, had him slightly in trouble there. So it's the first time Potter putting his head out, inviting Toby on, and then catching him with a shot as he came in. So Potter starting to warm up now. Sometimes takes him a round or so to warm up, but he's certainly finding his feet now, and big shots coming in on Ian Toby, and body shots, combinations. Toby fighting back there, but there goes the end of that round. So can Mark Potter equal what Dominic Negus did and take out Ian Toby in the third round? So I have a feeling that Potter's starting to really find his rhythm now. He's moving forward. He's looking rather serious now about it. So I think he's going to have a go for it here in this third round, poking out the shots. Big right hand come in, and then another one. Dancing around. Oh yeah, he's starting to really have a go now, Mark Potter. Toby fighting back, but the shots, the clean shots are coming in from Mark Potter. Great power that Mark Potter has, and he's starting to play to the crowd because he's confident. He's really confident that he's going to take out his man, whether it'll be this round or the next. But quite a showman is our Mark Potter. Can he land a big shot on Ian Toby? We're going to find out. Moving forward, poking out the left jab, and inviting Toby to try and have a go at his face, and then moving forward there, Toby on the ropes. Big shots coming in, body shots, head shot. Oh, big shot to the head. I think Toby's in trouble there. Mark Potter following it up, and then Toby hits the deck. It was only a matter of time, and I think it's almost roughly the same time that Dominic Negus took to get Ian Toby out. And oh, he's counted out on that one. So Mark Potter did a little bit better that time. Toby got up for Dominic Negus, but not this time for Mark Potter. So over to Steve Holsworth, who's going to announce the result. There's the action replay. Potter following up, and he's the winner, a worthy winner, but a great effort again by Ian Toby. He certainly is a great opponent for these the two main men at the IBA, Mark Potter and Dominic Negus. So great fight that, really enjoyed it, and as is always, respect between the fighters at the end of the bout.
Mark Potter is one of the most disciplined guys I know in his training regime. He is absolutely relentless, whether it's in his weights, his boxing, his cardio. He does not stop. Let's go over now, see Mark in action.
I've known Mark Potter. I used to train with Mark and his dad in Bodyworks gym. Again, like when I was like 17, we used to drive down to the gym in Tottenham and do weights. Obviously, I've never carried it on, but he's a good friend of mine, Mark. I've known him a long time. Very powerful fighter, but what a gentleman.
Mark Potter back in action up against the Irishman, Ryan McClellan. So, how's Mark Potter going to get on in this fight? Ryan McClellan, oh, well, that didn't take long. McClellan hits the deck within probably 10 seconds, under 10 seconds in the first round, but he is up, he is a game fighter, but he got caught with one of Mark Potter's big bombs. So is Potter going to finish it, or is he going to play around for a round or so? We're going to find out. I imagine he might go for the quick finish on this one. McClellan covering up, but that very sharp jab coming out from Potter. McClellan pushing him into the corner, tying Mark Potter up in the corner. That's probably his best route at the moment. He doesn't want these big shots, doesn't want to be a target for the big shots. So Potter trying to push him off and then get the leverage to let the big shots come out. But this is good work from McClellan. He's not letting Potter have a go now. But Potter turns him, and oh, that was beautiful, that from Mark Potter. Turned Ryan McClellan, caught him with a big shot, and McClellan hit the deck. Well, over to MC Steve Holdsworth, who's going to announce the result. Quick work from Mark Potter. He is brutal.
Another great fight that sticks in my mind, stands right out, was when it was an international, England versus Holland. Harry Javan Jr., big heavyweight boy from Holland. Bit of a grudge fight that as well. Let's have a look at this.
So here we go. Mark Potter, the Great White Shark, up against Harry Javan Jr. Harry Javan from Holland, and this is going to be an absolute cracking fight. We joined the fight in round 2, and there's already a bit of needle, a bit of edge between the two of them. So it's England against Holland in this particular fight, and Mark Potter's certainly got an opponent, a live opponent tonight, a right live wire, Harry Javan Jr., and the two of them really going at it right from the start here on round 2. Fairly even opening round where the two of them started to let fly towards the end of it, but now round 2 they're all opening up. Potter coming in with a big attack, body shots there, and Javan then moving back there. Crowd really up for this one here at the Circus Tavern. Absolutely packed crowd here, and Mark Potter certainly in the mood. Clubbing right hand to the head there, and Gary Bedford separating the two of them. Potter moving forward there, being tied up by Harry Javan, and you probably might just see in the background in the corner there Harry's dad. Oh, and he's already saying that there was a low blow from Mark Potter. I'm not too sure about that, didn't see it myself, but Harry Javan complaining that Mark Potter hit him below the belt, so not too sure about that, or whether he's just playing for time, we don't know. But Mark putting out the glove there as an acknowledgement, and Javan coming back swinging at him, and bit of edge, bit of needle to this, and the two of them really having a go at each other. Javan giving as good as he gets in this second round. Harry's dad is there in the corner, also a professional fighter, and this is rather a bizarre fact that you might not know, that Harry Devane is the only man, I think, in boxing who knocked out his father in a fight. So his father stepped in last minute in a heavyweight clash in Holland, I believe it was, and the two of them had a fight and Harry knocked him out. So here we go, round 3, and the action is certainly hotting up here. Harry Devane giving as good as he gets and doing very well, pushing Mark Potter into the corner. Good uppercut there from Mark Potter, and Devane coming back with some big shots. He's certainly got Mark there trapped in the corner, but Potter's coming back, switches Harry Devane round. He's brilliant at that, Mark Potter, and crashing in all these blows. How amazing! What an attack by Mark Potter, and Devane doing very well to sustain it. Seems to be all right, and then suddenly he says he's got caught with another low blow. I don't know, the crowd not very happy about it, and but Devane says he has. Maybe it's just buying time at the moment, we don't know. Gary Bedford trying to sort this out, saying you've got to fight on. He didn't see a low blow, and so Harry Devane not too happy, but the crowd restless. They want him to get on with it. They knew that he was in trouble, so the fight goes on. He seems to have recovered, if that was the case, and he's having a go, and swinging at Mark Potter. Mark Potter hasn't been in a fight like this for some time, normally steamrolling his opponents, but he's going to love this tonight. He's going to really love it, and he's moving forward there. In the ropes, we're right up close with the action. You can't get any closer than that, and Potter's coming in. Devane trying to defend himself and grapple and hold Potter in the corner, and Gary Bedford's got his work cut out, having to really get in there between the two of them. Bit of a needle going on. Good jab that was from Potter, and Devane tying him up. Was a sustained attack before by Mark Potter, and maybe Devane's just got to kind of hold on at the moment. But in the corner again, Potter. All aggression in this particular fight. He's really having a go. That's it. But I think he wants him out of there. I think he wants him knocked out. So Mark Potter, and a bit of a stranglehold there, and Gary Bedford having to separate the two as we come towards the end of the round. Potter's there in the corner, and Gary Bedford having to step in. Round 4 of this absolutely fantastic contest. Blow for blow. It's a toe-to-toe fight here between Mark Potter and Harry Devane Jr. Potter moving forward again, trying to catch up with his man. He hasn't had it all his own way in this fight, but he's certainly in the mood for it now. Poking out that jab, and Devane doing the same thing again, getting Potter in some kind of a hole there to stop him moving forward. Potter's got that look in his eye. He wants to destroy this boy. He certainly does. Big shots, and the sweat spraying off the face there of Harry Devane as he ties up Mark Potter again. And Mark Potter again, very good at fighting on the inside. He is. Gets those uppercuts, and I'm sure he'll twist him in a minute. That's what he normally does. Yes, he's done it, and he's leaping straight on him. Devane hits the deck. That is Mark Potter at his absolute best. He's on the ropes. He manages to switch Harry Devane and then moves in with some crashing blows that puts Devane on the canvas. Now, what's he got left now? Has he got something left in the tank? Or is Potter going to finish him off in round 4? Big shots, body shots. Potter then in the corner, and you can see the way Devane ties him up and stops him from using those shots. Very, very crafty fighter, Harry Devane. From the fighting Harry Devane family, with his dad there in the corner urging him on. So Mark Potter moving forward. He wants to get this man out. He certainly does, but Devane fighting back and tying Potter up again. It's a right old tactic he's got. He's almost like an all-in wrestling match, Harry Devane there. So Potter coming in, good shot there, absolutely great shot there. And Potter's in the mood, he's moving forward, big right hand and a left hand follow up there, and Devane, I think, is going to be in trouble soon as we get near the end of this round. Well, here we go now, it's round 5. Mark Potter managed to get Harry Devan onto the deck, and is he going to do the same in this round? Can he follow it up? Devan pushing Mark Potter back. Mark Potter really up for this fight. He certainly is. And Devan fighting back all the way, and the crowd loving this England, Holland battle, and they're all on the side of the English on this one. Not much support for Harry Devan in this particular fight, there's no doubt about that. Crowd absolutely getting into it, and Potter turning him again, that little trick that Mark Potter does. So Mark Potter looking for the big shot to oh, he's gone. Oh, look. Oh, Devan goes through the ropes, absolutely through the ropes. He's complaining. He thinks it was another low blow. His dad's up there, and but he's taken a count, so he's down. Oh, Potter really went for him that time. So here's Mark Potter, the great white shark, going to finish him off. And the face of Harry Devan, he seems to be concerned about his mouth there. Obviously took a big shot there. He's fighting back. All credit to Harry Devan. He's giving the fans here at the Circus Tavern, oh, absolutely, they're getting good value for their money. The chance of England going out now. What an atmosphere here at the Circus Tavern. Oh, they're all going mad here. They want Potter to take him out. They really do. Shots there to the body. Potter's really at him now, tracking him down, but Devan fighting back. Harry Devan Jr., what a great example he is from the fighting heart of Holland. But oh, Potter, big shots, and Devan doing really well to take these big shots here, tying him up as he has done all the way through this fight, stopping Potter. And oh, Gary Bedford really having to step in and pull them apart as we reach the end of that round. Oh, the crowd loved it. Round 6. So, going deep into this fight now, Mark Potter up against Harry Devan Jr. England up against Holland, and what a great fight. Potter's really looking to finish him now. I can see that. He's got that look in his eye, the glint in his eye, and Devan tying him up again, tying him up, not letting, oh, coming up with an uppercut there that caught Potter, and separated again by Gary Bedford, earning his money tonight. So, Devan coming forward again, but Potter, oh, he's just looking for that big shot. You can see he's just got his eye out for that big shot. Oh, the uppercut again. Classic Mark Potter shot there in the clinch. Brilliant shot from Potter. That's got to have weakened Devan, but he's still firing. Left hand from Potter. Oh, missed with that one. But he's playing to the crowd now. He knows he's probably got his man now. He knows he's in command, and he's coming in with a savage attack. Potter in the corner there, trying to finish off Harry Devan Jr. Crowd want it to be all over, but Devan's still in there. Savage attack from Mark Potter. And Gary Bedford looking on. Oh, he's shipping some punishment now. And Gary Bedford steps in, stops the fight. Let's see the action replay. Potter, big shot to the body, 2 to the head, and it really caught Harry Devan then. He's claiming it was a low blow. I don't know about that. And Mark Potter, I think he wanted to finish him off. He's in such a mood for a fight there. He's having a little word, or being spoken to by Gary Bedford, who wanted to save Harry Devan from further punishment. And classic performance there from Mark Potter. Takes a deep breath, and will we get a smile from Mark Potter? Yes, we will. Let's see the result being announced now from Billy Nicholson. There it is, Mark Potter. What a fantastic performance from him.
So tell us about Mark and how he joined up with the IBA.
Well, a friend of mine, Mickey Theo, came down to the gym that I did in Walthamstow, and he said to me, that he's got a big heavyweight, and he brought Mark down. I always remember he was 19 years old. We gave him a trial as such, and I brought in another heavyweight boxer who was a very, very tough guy, very experienced. You know, not being at all disrespectful, but Mark did do the job, and it kind of ended his bit of boxing for me. The upshot was I then turned Mark Potter professional with a friend of mine. He was a very old friend of mine, a man called Charlie Smith. And me and Charlie went back into the mid-80s. Charlie was promoting the unlicensed boxing himself. This is before I got involved in the unlicensed. He was doing shows in the East End, and I used to supply Charlie fighters. So when Mark Potter came along, it was like a natural transition at the time. That I said to Charlie, why don't you manage him? I'll train him, and Mark does the fighting. And that was the team. Well, Mark had 14 fights while I was training him, and he had 13 wins, majority by knockout. He was just a terrific athlete. He'd do anything that we wanted him to do. He'd go the extra mile in his training, and I really believe that Mark would have gone all the way to become a world champion. But you know, things occur in life, and different people take different channels. And then Mark came onto the unlicensed scene when he'd finished his pro career. And again, he had about 25, 30 fights for the IBA, and he was unbeaten. He's just an all-round warrior. You know, same as Dominic Negus. When both them guys come to the IBA, that's what it did. It brought a new level of professionalism. Although we're unlicensed, it brought a new level of professionalism because they were big names in the pro game. It stepped it right up, you know, a good bit of credibility.
Mark Potter up against the Man Mountain, Thomas Korinsky. Now, these two fighters had fought actually in the cage when Mark Potter had a cage fighting career after his boxing career, and Potter won that one. But this is a kind of revenge fight in the boxing ring. Mark Potter had been drawn back into the ring for a final time in front of his fans here at the City Pavilion, and Korinsky got off to a great start, pinning Potter to the ropes, firing him blow after blow. He had the weight advantage, Potter tying him up on the ropes. Was never going to be a long fight, this one. These two lads were never really going to get past round one, as we're going to see very soon. Potter on the ropes with Korinsky and referee Gary Bedford separating them. Korinsky coming in for a big attack against Potter, firing right-handers, but Potter caught him. There you can see with a nice right hook, and Korinsky went down really in not much of a condition to continue, but decided to fight on as the warrior that he is. And it didn't take long for Potter to finish him off with multiple blows to the body, and that was the end of Thomas Korinsky, and a final victory for Mark the Great White Shark Potter. What a great fighter Mark Potter has been. Had a professional career and an IBA career in which he was never beaten, and the result announced by Billy Nicholson.
Your winner by TKO in the ring.
And don't the fans love Mark Potter, and they'll certainly miss him as a fighter in the ring, but he's back now as an IBA referee on the circuit.
Here we are with Mark Potter, who's a refereeing tonight, but he's an ex-boxer, and he's going to tell us a few little stories about his boxing career.
Hello, John. Well, first of all, I need to remind you that I'm sure you picked Butterbean to beat me in Blackpool 5-6 years ago, and I stopped him in the first round.
I did, actually. I think a lot of people did.
I know, a lot of people did. I think it was only me and my trainer who thought I'd win. I don't even think my girlfriend did at the time. But never mind. It's one of those things.
You must have trained hard for that, though, because, I mean, let's be fair, Butterbean was a real prominent boxing guy. Even though he was quite big, everybody loved him.
Yeah, I think he had about 76 knockouts in about 80-odd fights. And I knew if he hit me on the chin, I'd probably still be there now. So the idea was just to train to keep moving, to land as many punches as I could without getting hit. And that's what I did, and I stopped him in the first round. It was fantastic.
So now you stopped boxing, you're doing the referee. Are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. It's keeping me involved in the sport. The IBA gives me an opportunity to do that. I love seeing the guys up and coming now. I've got a couple of boys I'm training myself, and it's just a fantastic organisation.
Fantastic. Well, listen, I know you, from your boxing, you must have been great, so you're going to be a good referee tonight. So I wish you all the best.
John, thank you ever so much.
I was going to make a comeback.
I honestly believe I turned pro far too early. I was 22 years old. I'd had sort of a dozen amateur fights. Hadn't had the greatest amount of experience, but I just wanted to be a professional fighter. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to fight. 25 years old, fighting for the British and Commonwealth heavyweight title. taking the fight at 6 days' notice, and that was probably my downfall. The fact that I would have fought anyone at any time. I used to spar with Danny Williams, and he was a heavy-handed, strong guy, but I always enjoyed sparring with him, and I just fancied the fight. And yeah, I didn't go my way, but you know, that's life, that's boxing. I've done 100 things right and one thing wrong that night, and you get paid for it. But Danny went on to fight Mike Tyson and beat him, fought Klitschko for the world title, and I take my hat off to him because he really done well. And you know, I went on, I fought again, and I've got myself back up to British title level again, unification fight, and then I detached retina, and that was that for boxing. And I ended up I was in the wilderness for probably about a year before going on to what was then known as the unlicensed scene. I mean, they call it all different names now, and I started boxing on there, and I kind of redefined myself, become sort of a freestyle fighter rather than all-out brawler, and I started a thinking fighter. And I just wish I'd done it when I was sort of 22, 23, 24, and I was a pro. So I look at the pros nowadays, and I just think to myself, I can beat most of them. I really can.
The IBA is always looking for new legends. So let's go over to see Mark Potter putting young Ben Hatchett through his paces for his up-and-coming boxing debut on the IBA.
So you got any advice for Ben, Mark?
Yeah, become a doctor. No. Loads of advice, my God. You've got to stay as positive as you can. No cutting of corners in this game. Because if there's one sport I know well, that if you cut corners you get found out, it's boxing. I said, you know, my own self-preservation, if anything, you can't say anything. I lost to a guy in the pros, a Russian guy who, no disrespect, guy shouldn't really been able to carry my kit bag, and I never trained properly, cut corners, didn't run in the morning, and ended up quitting the 8th round. Yeah, gutted, absolutely gutted. I went away 6 months out of the game, I had to rethink myself. Do I want to do it? Do I want to be hungry anymore? Am I hungry? What am I doing? 5 in the morning, sit your alarm, get up, don't even think about it. Get up, put your clothes on, go for a run. It's freezing cold, come back, have yourself a cold shower, one warm shower, finish it off, get yourself back in bed. You've done it, it's done, that's done, it's in the bank. Shot there, it's fucking horrible. Yeah. Man, liver, so kidney. Away and go. And yeah, breathe. There you go. It's no good you just being an aggressive fighter, right? Because that's only one tool in the toolbox. Why don't we give you a hammer, a chisel, a screwdriver, everything in your toolbox, so you can do any fucking job. Ain't no good you going there, someone going, well, no, he's going to fight, he's going to come steam behind for trying to bomb me out. Yeah. I'll stay nice and tucked up, someone's got half a brain, nice and tucked up, just catch you with a jab, hold on to your dear life when you come inside, and that's your game plan that way. So, game plan B. Let's counter punch, or game plan C. Let's have a bit of box and move. Let's lure him into a shot. I'll sit myself on the ropes. Muhammad Ali. Turns the round to me back because you've got this out. Relax. Ready for this? Yeah. Done. That fringe is taller now. Yeah.
Mark Potter's, you know, one of the best, I think, that the IBA's seen. Obviously, Mark then went off to do cage fighting, which again, you know, he made a name for himself on the scene now. You know, Mark's always got a great following, and I'm sure if he was to ever come back, he'd still have a big following. Yeah, and he also refereed for the IBA. Yeah, well, Mark's done the refereeing, Mark's done the judging along with me. So it was normally me, Mark Potter, Gary Bedford. So the three of us were doing judging, and Mark and Gary obviously doing the refereeing.
Great boxer, lovely person. I remember he'd come on with my dad and another one of his mates, Charlie, he was pro. Then he had a break and come back onto the IBA, and no one could touch him. You know, anyone come near him, he'd knock him straight out, and he's still like that now.
Mark, he's a great guy, he's an absolute gentleman. I actually sparred with Mark before my first bout on the IBA, it's over 10 rounds, so yeah, quite terrifying. But what an amazing guy is, he's had some great bouts, not only on the IBA, but also on the CFC.
Is there a particular fight of Mark's that you remember?
Certainly at the City Pavilion versus Tom Savinsky.
Yes.
That was a great bout, and he KO'd him, I think about 41 seconds of the first round. Yeah, Tom come out really strong, and I thought, oh, Mark could be in a bit of trouble here, and Mark just worked out his game plan, and all of a sudden, bang, KO. So,
if you had to pick your favourite IBA unlicensed boxing legend, who would it be?
My favourite boxing legend would have to be Mark Potter. just because he's a great guy. He's been on the scene for many, many years. He's worked alongside us. He then, from a boxer, from a trainer, he then became a referee. He's worked in every single area there is in the IBA. I think he's a cracking guy, brings a cracking crowd. But don't get me wrong, they're all amazing guys. You know, I've worked with them all for many years. Over 12 years now I've been with the IBA, and all the guys who work and all the legends who work on the IBA are absolutely amazing.
Hope you enjoyed the programme, and we'll be back soon with more IBA Boxing Unlicensed Legends.